Hi, I'm Ryan Wiersma, and in this video, I'm going to show you what a $10,000 foundation looks like in Ecuador. Also, I'm going to show you the square meters of my house so you can do a rough calculation if you're thinking about building here in Ecuador. Now, this is my place. The house is 100 square meters and the patio is 50 square meters. So there is your scale, and here is the building of the foundation. That's Pedro planning to put down the grids for the foundation columns. This is one of the pillars that will be part of the foundation. Now, these are all the pillars that will be the foundation that we dug, and there's the boys just digging them deeper. They go about 3 feet deep. Then we add a big rock base, then pour a thin layer of concrete on top. Next, we start making the rebar columns like this with the whole crew. Here's Tulin manually bending rebar for the column. Everything in Ecuador is done through hands-on manual labor. They really get their hands in the clay. Now manually, we have to make hundreds of these rectangles. These rectangles will give the column its structure and extra strength. This is the finished product. And here they are in the columns. And then we put them in the hole and make sure they're straight. This is what the columns look like inside the hole. Then what we do is we tie them up like this so they're properly straight. Then we start with the mixer to mix some concrete to put into the columns. Now, as you see, the boys are working pretty hard. Everything is manual labor. Even that bag that the guy's pouring in, that bag weighs 50 kgs and he's just holding it on his shoulder. Then we take wheelbarrows and then pour the concrete into those foundation bases. Shovel it around to make sure there's no air pockets. Then Lula takes his trowel and makes it nice and smooth like this. Now we manually have to dig in the foundation. That means pickaxes and shovels and a lot of hard work. Next, we start putting a thin layer of concrete on the bottom. This is what it looks like when it's done. We add plastic to prevent fungus from getting in the foundation. We add our rebar columns to give the foundation its strength and structure. Next, we add the wooden forms around the rebar structure with the plastic inside them like this. Then we crank on the mixer and we start pouring in concrete. This is what it looks like when we pour the concrete and the concrete's wet. Now we wait a day and then we take off the forms when the concrete is dry like this. And we repeat the process and over until we get our foundation that looks like this. This is the finished product right here. You ready for this? Up next, it's column time. That's right, wrapping that column with the form. Wrap that column just like that. Now we're getting wheelbarrows of concrete, shoveling in a pail, pouring it down into the form. That's that liquid rock we're talking about. That is a sexy thing. Oh, baby. Broke those forms up and put new forms up, and look at that. That is a fine looking sight. So fine. It's really starting to look like a house here. Let's put a roof on this bitch. Now onto the roof structural support. This will also be made out of concrete. And look there, the world's strongest grass, bamboo. The bamboo will be the support beams holding up the forms. As always, we will be using rebar for structural strength. Just like the foundation, we will be building forms, except they will be in the air. Then we crank on the mixer, put concrete into wheelbarrows, then shovel concrete into pails, hand bomb the pails as a team up the scaffolding, and pour it into the forms. Boom! Just like that, there's our concrete structure that will be the foundation for the roof. Fuck, that looks good. Here's the finished product. Come check it out, the full Monty. So for $10,000, you get your structural foundation, you get your columns, and you get your roof structural support. Now, if you have any questions or you have anything to add, you leave that in the comments. Much love.